This video is farther along, video tutorial number 2. So this is the next part in that tutorial section. The other day we covered the verses and the chorus farther along. And then Lucky Son, YouTube user Lucky Son, asked me to break down a chord progression. I'm not sure exactly which one Lucky was referring to, but I'm going to guess it was probably the turnaround at the end of the verses. So it was just a mixture of some funky jazz chords that I had heard other folks do, so it's nothing that I came up with. It's not proprietary. It's just something that I heard someone else do. And put it in there just as a little fancy reminder that we needed to do this video. So when we get to the end, we do farther along. We'll understand it all by and by. So that's the very end of the verse, and that's where this comes in. Go. Isn't that cool? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, and turn around and go again. One more time, and 1. That's how it turns around and goes back into that. And we'll understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go. Okay, and then that puts us right back into the verse. So let's talk a second. What you saw me do was, if you just wanted to write it out in very simple form, it was a G flat chord in the right hand. So that's a G flat and a B flat and a D flat in the right hand, and that's over a B natural. I'm sorry, that is over a G. G's. So we're in the key of E flat. So it's over G or 3. So it sounds like that. G natural, G flat, B flat, D flat. So those are enharmonic chords. That's jazz chords borrowed from a different key. And you don't want to sit on those tones very long because they're very dissonant. Down here so to make sure it's on the screen. So if we were to analyze this in jazz theory, you would have you'd have to analyze as G as the 3. So G would turn into 1, and then we'd have a major 7 because it's not an octave. And then we have 8, 9. So we have a sharp 9, 10, 11, 11 sharp. So we have a sharp 9, sharp 11, or you can analyze that if you wanted to and were really picky, you could do it as a flat 5. But so what we have is a G, sharp 9, sharp 11, and that's why it's so far out of the key. Very, very, very. What term would you like to use? There's a lot of tension in it. Feel it's resolved just as soon as you hit it. How much more pleasing that is. So G flat over G. Next chord. So all I I did was double the A flat. So we've got a A flat 13, A flat 6 if you want to call it that. So we have an A flat, C, F, A flat, C. That's our second chord. Alright, here's the first chord. G flat over G, A flat 13. So we have an E flat chord over B flat. So we have a B flat in the left hand pinky, and then we can double the B flat there in the left hand. And we have E flat in the right thumb, G natural in the middle finger, B flat in the right pinky. Alright, there's our next chord, fourth chord. So we have a, if you want to call it, it's a C diminished 6, or you can call it an A diminished, if you like. For simplicity, we'll just call it, C diminished over A. So we have an A in the left hand, A natural, and then I put the C natural in the thumb, and then an E flat in the index finger of the right hand. Third finger is your F sharp, and then your A natural, pinky of the right hand. Alright, and the home stretch, so now we have a B flat 7 over D. It's just an inversion. So we have, in the left hand we have pinky on D. Right hand thumb we have B flat. Index finger, pointer finger is D natural. Third finger is F natural. Fourth finger, or you can do pinky, whatever feels comfortable for you, A flat. And then back home to 1, or tonic, or E flat major. That's our key that we're in for 1. Alright, so very slowly, G flat over G. Next chord, A flat 6, A flat 13 if you want to call it that. E flat over B flat. C diminished 6. B flat 7 over D. And back home to 1. Okay, Lucky, I hope that helps. And anyone else, feel free to chime in and email me at questions, any questions that you have. Piano Ryland, PIANO-RYLAND at gmail.com. PianoRyland@gmail.com. This was the turnaround for farther along in this video series. Let me know what you think.